Hi, everybody. Queen Crystal King in the building, and welcome to another episode of Tell It Like It Is Tuesday. I hope everybody had a good Tuesday. My Tuesday was interesting. I'm going to try and wait for a few minutes before I start. But today was kind of crazy. I had my ride set up so I could go to the doctor, and for some odd reason, the service was having problems today, and they were having problems routing drivers to patients going to the hospital. 3 times my worker had to cancel my rides. 2 of them because they got lost. One of them because he was riding circles around me. And I said to him, I see you. You're driving in circles. Could you just turn around and make a left? And he turned around and made a right and canceled the ride. I'm like, oh, well, ain't that nothing? So I finally got the ride. They called my doctor and said, she's going to be late. It's the service, not her. So I got there and I was mega late. Mega late. I'm glad that they, went on and let me come. But this is the day that I'm supposed to get my results from the CAT scan. Now, the CAT scan is one test, and the PET scan is another test. I kind of confused the two. The CAT scan is giving me results, but the PET scan is the one that lights up. The CAT scan lit up to show where I drank what I needed to drink so that they could see, but the PET scan is the one that checks the other thing. So when it came down to the results, hi, Boss Lady, New Jersey. Hi, Gayle. When it came down to the results of the CAT scan, I wanted them to say to me, well, Miss King, everything is gone. Well, that's not the answer I got today. The answer I got today was, we see microscopic particles, and the microscopic particles are cancer. The reason why we see the microscopic particles is because they were not visible to the naked eye during surgery. The surgery that I had saved my life. That's no question. When they said that they got everything that was immediately standing in the way of me living or dying. That surgery had to happen. Everything that was taken away needed to go. And that's why I'm still here. Because God said, no matter what she goes through on that table, and mind you, I had my surgery on Mother's Day. So my son was out there waiting for his mother. And when his mother rolled out of that operating room, I could just see how happy he was. But when I went there today, they still saw cancer. And it made me a little sad because I didn't want to hear that. I wanted to hear that all the cancer was gone. But like I said, during surgery, the microscopic particles, they were too small to see. So Now, I said to them, well, what do we do from here? I was kind of hoping that they didn't say that I had to go back on the IV chemo. They said that I'm about to start the chemo pill. And the reason why they put me on the chemo pill, because sometimes these things happen. They planned, just in case this was to happen, they had a plan in place already. They had a plan in place in case this happened the very first day I did my chemo. So it was a surprise to me that they still found cancer, but it wasn't a surprise to them. They broke it down so I could understand, and they said that they see the microscopic particles around my diaphragm. Around my diaphragm is usually where I have my pain. They also said that they found a hernia. I asked them, what do they want to do about that? They said they don't want to do anything about the hernia right now, because for a hernia, you would have to I would have to have an operation for that. And right now, they're not thinking about cutting me at all right now. So because they did the CAT scan to double check and triple check, they found those microscopic particles. And I feel like that was an act of God. So at first, I was sad and I had a moment. But I was able to talk to my sons and I talked to my mother. And this is really a good thing, because it could have been a situation where they said, well, we got it all out during surgery, and okay, you're done the chemo, you're done, and just let me go. But what they said was they wanted me to recover from the surgery first, because the surgery was very extensive. I mean, it was like 10, 11-hour surgery being under. And with all those staples and a lot of things that they had to take out, they didn't want to overwork me. They didn't want to put too much on me that I could stand, rather. So I'm at the point right now in my recovery to where they saw the particles. The particles are stable because the IV chemo kept them stable. They're not aggressive. They're not growing. I'm not in any danger. This is hard. Tomorrow, I'm supposed to get a call from the specialty pharmacy, because with this chemo pill, they have to deliver it to my door. And that's the way my doctors set it up. So they're not even going to bring it to me unless they talk to me. So I talk to them first tomorrow about the pill. I don't know whether I get the pill tomorrow or the next day. But I already told you guys that they have everything set up for the phlebotomist to come to my home every week. I'm not able to process potassium and the magnesium. Sometimes I get dehydrated and I never know when I'm going to need a blood transfusion. So with them taking my blood every week, plus being on the chemo pill, they can see how I'm tolerating the medicine. The medicine is a new medicine. If anyone remembers, my sister was in the chat, and may he rest in peace, my nephew, who was 15, who was going through brain cancer. I had asked her, were the chemo pills big? Were they big pills? I hate swallowing big horse pills. And sometimes they don't let you break them. She said that his pills were big and he had to take 3 at a time. And it just made me want to fall backwards, you know. And I was kind of projecting like, oh my God, they're going to give me these big horse pills that I got to take, and I got to try not to bring them up, and, you know, they're going to make me sick. And then I had to say, stop, just stop, just stop. Is that what God said? Is that what God said? Just wait. So I had to wait. And I talked to my doctor, and the doctor said that they have a new pill, and they're going to start me off at half a dose. And it's going to be one pill. I'm going to take that once a day. Then, as they're checking my blood and checking my levels and stuff to see how I'm tolerating it, then they'll make it 2 pills. And they're going to check back with me in a couple of months to see how I'm doing. A lot of the side effects are pretty much the same with the IV chemo, but I don't know how much YouTube I'll be able to do, but a lot of my strength is coming back now because I'm eating more. But when I got to the doctors, I lost 3 pounds. And I don't understand that. So they still said that they weren't concerned about that. That was they still feel like I've stabilized because I'm not in a danger zone right now. That's the way I understood it. You know, they use the word stable. They say you're stable. And I said, all right, explain it to me in layman's terms. She said, you're doing good. You look good and you sound good. You're getting around a lot better. You're understanding a lot better, you know, what we're saying to you. And for the most part, after the surgery, you really healed well. And we think that you can tolerate this medicine. But if you can't tolerate this medicine, if you can't, we'll take you off of it and we'll try something else. These doctors care about me. And I know it because I feel it. You know how some doctors become desensitized? Like the guy who told me I had ovarian cancer. Uh, you have stage 4 ovarian cancer and there's nothing we can do for you. Like that type of desensitized? No. When they see that my facial expressions change, or I may turn to the side like I didn't hear you right or something like that, they pay close attention to my body language, even if I don't say a word. They know that I'm trying to understand, or that scared me a little. So I feel that I'm still in good hands. I still feel that after what I went through, this is still a miracle. I'm grateful that every day people are working and researching and doing everything they possibly can to eradicate cancer. And a lot of their new discoveries have come about in my lifetime, which is a blessing. So I wanted to come on and say it was over and I'm just taking the pill just to cover me. But right now, God got me through that surgery. He got me through that chemo, and He's going to get me through this. I'm not going to lie. I did have a moment. But I'm okay now because I'm seeing it from another point of view. I could have had a doctor that said, well, we got it all with the surgery and yeah, you're all right. And then a month or two or a year later, I come back and it's spread to something else. No, they're not going to let me go until they see what it is they want to see. They're here to get rid of this cancer, all of it. They have plan A to plan Z on what it is they want to do for me to get me better. So what I'm going to do is what they tell me to do. If I'm tired, I'm just tired. If I have energy to do something, I do. I'll continue to drink my water and eat, keep my appetite up, talk to good friends and family. But most of all, I will never, ever lose my faith in God. That's all I know. I was raised on faith, and that's all I know. I'm 57 years old, and I'm going through cancer for the second time. I went through it the first time. God had His arms around me, and He has His arms around me now. I'll talk to the chat now. I do not like swallowing big or small pills. Okay. Praise God, Auntie. It's wonderful to be around in good hands of great doctors. Thank you. I type fast. Sorry for the type. Girl, I appreciate you guys. I appreciate you guys for coming. Um, I didn't know how I was going to say this, but I also have to understand that this is a process, and I trust the process. I do. So, I got to reading the side effects, and I had a moment. I'm like, oh my gosh, here we go again. But at least I'm not back on the IV chemo. It's something that I can do at home. And I'm grateful that I have friends and family surrounding me, encouraging me. And always loving on me and letting me know that everything is going to be okay. Both of my sons say that they feel like this is good news because they haven't let me go. If anything, they're holding on to me tighter. And what I mean by that is the doctors. The surgery was a success. It was a total success. But because there are chances like this that happens, there are percentages that things like this can happen. They had a plan. So thank you for letting us be a part of your journey. You're welcome. Absolutely. I I'm numb right now. The words that I'm saying, I believe them. But as for how I feel, I'm just numb. Anticipating what what's coming next. And that's where the anxiety and panic comes in. And I fight with that every day. I fight with that every day. There's a part that wants to say, see, you went through all that and look, you still got it. No, it's going away. It's going to be taken from me. I'm just not out of the woods yet. And the key word is yet. Because God has brought me through so much, I have no doubt that He'll bring me through this. It's just on the emotion side, I don't know how I feel. I thought I wanted to cry, but I can't cry. I can't laugh. I can't scream. I'm just numb. My stomach just dropped in my chest. I don't know what to say. I believe God got you, Auntie. He does. I can imagine. It's a lot to take in. Yeah, it's a lot. And my sons and my family and friends, they tell me that they're proud of me. And that's all I can ask. They said they're proud of me. They remind me that the obstacles that are put in front of me, I conquer them because it's God's will for me to conquer them. And I believe that it's God's will for me to conquer this. And I thank you all for standing by me, for supporting me, for allowing me to laugh and have fun with you guys and take my mind off of what's going on. I'm packing up my clothes because the clothes I used to wear, I'm going to need another individual to stand in those clothes with me. Because right now, I'm down about 100 pounds. But I know without a shadow of a doubt, I'm not alone. But there are some people who are going through this alone. They don't have friends. They don't have family. They don't have medical coverage. They may be homeless. They may be in denial. They may not even know they have cancer because they don't go to the doctor. I have a lot to be grateful for. I'm definitely not coming on here whining. I'm blessed. Thank you, boss lady. That means a lot. Thank you, Gayle. If I'm going down swinging. That's just it. That's just it. Boss lady, fancy clothes. I don't know what your perception is of me that you think I'm sitting around here with this lavish wardrobe and candles everywhere, and I don't know what you think. Yeah, I'm gonna pack my clothes up. Um, I have to go shopping. Put me a couple dollars to the side. Start getting it together because this weather is about to do something different. And I'm just gonna make the best of my situation. Every day God gives me breath, I'm just gonna praise Him. There's a song that says, Hallelujah, anyhow. No matter what, I'm still going to give God the glory. He gave me my life. My children don't have to celebrate every Mother's Day as the day their mother died. They celebrate Mother's Day as the day their mother went to surgery and she came out all right. Remember last New Year's Eve, this New Year's Eve that came up? And my son realized that I was acting different. Come to find out, I had had a mini stroke, but they didn't know when. Disoriented, dehydrated, malnourished. I had no idea that was going on with me. And if it hadn't have been for my son realizing that I was acting different and got me to the hospital when they did, I wouldn't be here from that. So I know what God can do. I go on done with you with my prayers and love and support. Thank you, Gayle. Thank you so much. So you guys have any questions for me? I remember before I was telling you guys that my numbers started off at 400 and something. And then when I was on live with you, they told me that my numbers were in the hundreds. Well, because of those microscopic particles, my numbers are going up again. But again, there's a plan in place. There's definitely a plan in place. We're still rejoicing because I'm still here. Every time I think I can't take not one more pill, not one more needle, not one more blood transfusion, not one more doctor, I get up, I make myself get up, and I go. I go. So that's what I'm going to do. Girl, get out of here. Actually, some of my shoes are too big. I lost weight in my feet. Crystal, my prayers is for them not to have to open up again. I know. But remember, I was telling you, because of the weight loss, I have a lot of loose skin. So eventually that's going to have to be taken care of, and that's a surgical procedure. So we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. I feel like this. When I didn't even know I had cancer, I was in so much pain, but I never knew why. Then they told me why. Then God led me to the right place to get help. And I've been getting help ever since. So you guys just keep me in your thoughts, keep me in your prayers to have the strength, the mental, the physical, and the spiritual strength to continue what it is I have to do. Don't be surprised if I come on here crying like a baby one time. Or if I come on here so happy, y'all think I just hit the lottery. A lot of emotions come with this. A lot of emotions. Ups and downs. Sometimes I get angry and I don't even know who I'm angry at. And then this crazy lady, she just brightens my spirits. She always has something positive to say. And I love her so much. Child, we're looking at a new Crystal King, new health, and new body. What's your doctor's number? You know what? I gotta say it. I'm so glad I'm not doing this alone. I'm so glad. When I come back next time, I'll have the name of the medicine and the side effects. But I have that paperwork, but I don't have it with me right now. So I had a very long day. Like in the beginning of the video, I told you guys they had to cancel 3 rides before I actually got my ride because they were having a problem with the service. They were having problems dispatching drivers to the patients to go to the hospital. For a while, I was outside in the rain. So then when it came time for me to go home, they had to cancel 2 rides. And then the 3rd ride came. And I was so happy to see him. I tipped him $5. You still here, baby? Okay. You had the best of the best working with you. And they love you there. They do. They do. I thank you guys for coming over. And thank you for coming to another episode of Tell It Like It Is Tuesday. And this is what it is. I got a ways to go. If y'all hang in there with me, I would appreciate it. Just got to strap up. We talk about the people in the Bible who had to go through trials and tribulations for so long. It's like, My gosh, I've been going through this for years and years and years. Why? And the pastor said sometimes it takes years and years and years to get it. Sometimes that's how long it takes. You just have to believe it's going to be okay. And I believe it's going to be okay. Again, I would like to encourage you to do everything you possibly can to be the best you. Go to your doctors, get your checkups, get your mammograms, colon cancer screens, gynecologists, even for your children. Make sure that you're on top of things so that you can live a long, happy life. Because that's what I'm striving for, a long, happy life. Thank you guys so much for coming over. I appreciate you. Love, peace, and chicken grease.